Rebooting one of the most beloved animated movies of all time and turning it into an authentic retelling of the legend that inspired it felt like a slam dunk for Disney. But their release of the live-action Mulan has been anything but smooth sailing. Disney's live-action reboots have been a mixed bag. Commercially, they've been a hit and raked in the big bucks at the box office, but have had differing reviews from critics and fans. But for their latest reboot, Mulan, things have not gone to plan at all. And while outside factors such as COVID-19 have heavily impacted this movie, Disney has also managed to dig themselves into somewhat of a hole. In this video, we will take a look at things Disney have gotten wrong with their new movie and how it has not been the giant hit that everyone assumed it would be. From political controversy, the cutting of beloved scenes and characters, to a bizarre release schedule, get ready to let your hair down as we take a journey through Disney's Mulan. And sound the horn, there are potential spoilers throughout. First and foremost is the price. With COVID-19 wreaking havoc in Hollywood and smashing a huge dent into the box office, Disney opted to discard their original plans to release Mulan in theaters and instead released it on their streaming service Disney+, just like they did with the Pixar movie Onward. Now, this did make a lot of sense and meant that fans could still watch the movie from the safety of their own homes. But then Disney decided to make a controversial move by charging a premium price to watch the movie even if you already have a Disney Plus subscription. To watch the movie, you'll have to fork over $29.99 US. Quite a significant fee when you put it on top of your monthly subscription charge. While this has in some ways worked in Disney's favor, with early evidence suggesting that there has been a surge in Disney Plus downloads, it quickly ostracized a huge portion of the fanbase, as well as basically ruling out the on-the-fence viewers who were unlikely to want to pay that much money for a movie they didn't necessarily want to see. What makes this decision more surprising is that Mulan will become free for subscribers come December, making the $30 charge seem obsolete in the long run. Also, its staggered release hasn't helped either. The Chinese market is one of Disney's biggest targets with this movie, with them revealing that they were trying to make it an authentic retelling of a Chinese legend. But the issue is that Disney Plus is not available in China, meaning it will undergo a cinema release without any guarantee of how well it will perform at the Chinese box office. One of the main praises for the movie is its use of martial arts, gorgeous cinematography, and sweeping shots of the Chinese landscape. But it is also the latter that has put Disney in hot water. Disney filmed primarily on location in China, with one of those locations being the Xinjiang province, a location which has come under recent international scrutiny. Furthermore, in the credits, Disney thanked a number of companies and government bodies, some of whom have been accused of several human rights violations. Further controversy arose after some people called for the movie to be boycotted after lead actor Yifei Liu tweeted controversial statements over Hong Kong, although that is something arguably out of Disney's control. Some Chinese people have also criticized Disney's attempts to make the legend culturally accurate, and that Disney failed to stick their landing, suggesting that the movie relies on stereotypes and uses Japanese ninja gestures. Also, as we mentioned earlier, while China was a main target market for the movie, response to the film has been somewhat frosty, and it could be destined to underperform there, just like Crazy Rich Asians or potentially even bomb like the latest Star Wars trilogy. But one of the major criticisms for the movie is that it almost completely turns its back on its animated predecessor. In the past, Disney has very much stuck to the source material, with The Lion King being an almost carbon copy of the original movie. But, as we mentioned already, Disney wanted to be more authentic to the classic legend, which meant cutting out the likes of fan favorites such as Mulan's sidekick dragon Mushu, and her love interest Li Shang, and even altering the primary antagonists. The haircutting scene was also cut, no pun intended, a scene which to some was an empowering moment. This did make some sense, however, with the scene of Mulan letting her hair down later on in the movie, which in itself is a great shot. Some of the major criticisms is that the movie is somewhat surface level and doesn't have the same depth as the animated version, a criticism which is often given to the live-action reboots. That could also be down to the fact that Mulan is a ready-made hero in the reboot, She has a special power and is basically flawless from the get-go, unlike the animated Mulan, who was much more of an inspirational heroine, one who had earned her place and worked hard to get there. The movie also cuts back on the humor, making it a much more serious piece, which may be a plus for the critics, but might make younger audiences lose interest. Seeing as younger audiences are Disney's bread and butter, it feels strange to somewhat alienate them. But the biggest change by far is that the movie is no longer a musical. Disney and music go almost hand in hand with a number of classic songs under their belt, so it felt like a strange move to not include some of the classic songs from the animated movie in the reboot. This could have undercut the serious tone that the movie sets, but it arguably would have given the movie the same heart that the animated movie has. And let's face it, we were all kinda hoping to sing along with I'll Make a Man Out of You. No? Just me? Okay. Anyway, the movie certainly has its pros, with some great battle scenes and cinematography, and the reviews have been somewhat complimentary. But either way, it has certainly not been the smash hit Disney thought it would be. So what are your thoughts on the movie? Do you think Disney got it wrong? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel today for more of this and other Disney-related content.